and he really is worth the price of admission. Swift Current, very important for them to be back in the playoffs. They've played in those close games, as Andy Neal just mentioned off the top, but they've got some people leading the way, and one of those is a 6th-round pick of the Calgary Flames in forward Coda Gordon, who is off to a very nice beginning.
Well, and he's going to have to be. Last year, Coda Gordon scored 30 goals for this team, and as mentioned before, Swift Current Broncos are going to play a lot of close games, and that is going to continue. This team is going to battle and scrap and claw for every point they get. There's going to be a lot of close games down the stretch, and they're going to need Coda Gordon to keep scoring goals and build off that 30 that he scored last year.
And one of Coda Gordon's line mates is Adam Lowry. Lowry, a draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets. Really, Jeff, he was never healthy all last year. He broke a scaphoid bone. It happened in Game 4. He made it till Christmas time, but he's healthy again, and boy, he's playing well, isn't he?
Well, he sure is. And you look at Adam Lowry, he's the captain of this team. He's been here since he was 16 years old. All the things the Swift Current Broncos have tried to build over the last few years, Adam Lowry has been a part of, and now he's part of the building process where they're starting to see some results and the team is coming together. Their draft picks, their players are developing, and Adam Lowry is going to be a big part of that. He's their captain, he's their leader, and once again, like Coda Gordon, when they need that big goal, he's going to be the guy they're looking to.
An exciting Wednesday night here in Swift Current, Mr. Neal, where there's some elite-level players to keep your eye on.
Absolutely. Lowry named the 26th captain of the Swift Current Broncos. He's got 5 points in his last 2 games, so he's on a tear right now for the Broncos. These two teams, they only meet once a year. The road team has won each of the last 2 get-togethers. Everett came into town in December of 2010 and won that game by a 6-0 count. Swift Current returned the favor last year in November with a 3-1 win in Everett. Graham Black, who scored in that game for the Broncos, he's on a 4-game point streak right now for Swift Current, which is the longest current streak for the Broncos. Reed Petrick, the former Medicine Hat Tiger, he too on a 4-game point streak, so he's the hottest right now for the Silvertips going into tonight. 4 games in total in the Western Hockey League this evening. A big one going on in Edmonton between the Kamloops Blazers and the Oil Kings. We'll bring you up to speed on that one as well as tonight goes along. Puck Drop is next from Swift Current on the WHL on Shaw.
When blades clash with ice, when tigers and cougars claw it out, when wheat kings battle oil kings, wherever you find the WHL, we're there.
Training these young players can be a lot of work, and I can't afford to be stiff or sore. Cerasil Joint Formula 14 can help reduce inflammation and cartilage damage. Cerasil is available at London Drugs and Natural Health retailers.
The WHL, the leading source of NHL talent for over 40 years. Over 20% of all NHL players got their start in the WHL. The WHL, producing the world's best talent.
Hi. Those who missed the playoffs by 20 points a season ago are right in the middle of the Eastern Conference standings right now, but they could be much higher if not for tight losses this season. They've already played in 7 one-goal games this year and have lost 5 of those. In fact, the Broncos have either been leading or tied in the 6 games that they've lost in the third period in 5 of those games. So they've had some close calls this season, but the 5th seed right now in the Eastern Conference. Now, as for the Everett Silvertips, they had to dig themselves out of a big hole last year in the second half of the season to make the 8th seed in the Western Conference. And after a loss again last night of a 5-2 decision to Moose Jaw, once again it's an early hole for the Silvertips, who have now lost 5 of 6 going into tonight. Tonight starts the back half of their 6-game East Division road trip. They've lost 2 of the first 3 games so far. They finish up the trip this weekend in Prince Albert and Saskatoon. Kamloops, the only undefeated team in regulation so far. They're in action tonight against the Edmonton Oil Kings. Let's send it upstairs down to Peter Lubardius and Jeff Odgers for their thoughts on tonight's matchup. Guys?
Andy, thank you kindly as always. Had an opportunity last night in Moose Jaw to do it. I'm excited to have the opportunity again tonight. We get to feast our peepers on maybe as good a junior age defenseman as there is in the entire planet in Ryan Murray.
Well, that is the one advantage of the NHL lockout is all the fans in the West Hockey and broadcasters like you and me get to watch this kid play whatever length of time he's left in the league, but he can do it all, and what a bonus for the Everett Silvertips. Their D-men that are returning this year to play get to play with this guy for however long. What he can teach these guys in leadership, how to play the position, will be invaluable when he has to leave eventually.
And there is little doubt why he is the captain and has been since he was 17 years of age, and he really is worth the price of admission. Swift Current, very important for them to be back in the playoffs. They played in those close games, as Andy Neal just mentioned off the top, but they've got some people leading the way, and one of those is a 6th-round pick of the Calgary Flames in forward Coda Gordon, who is off to a very nice beginning.
Well, and he's going to have to be. Last year, Coda Gordon scored 30 goals for this team, and as mentioned before, the Swift Current Broncos are going to play a lot of close games, and that is going to continue. This team is going to battle and scratch and claw for every point they get. There's going to be a lot of close games down the stretch, and they're going to need Coda Gordon to keep scoring goals and build off that 30 that he scored last year.
And one of Coda Gordon's line mates is Adam Lowry. Lowry, a draft pick of the Winnipeg Jets. Really, Jeff, he was never healthy all last year. He broke a scaphoid bone. It happened in Game 4. He made it till Christmas time, but he's healthy again, and boy, he's playing well, isn't he?
Well, he sure is. And you look at Adam Lowry, he's the captain of this team. He's been here since he was 16 years old. All the things the Swift Current Broncos have tried to build over the last few years, Adam Lowry has been a part of, and now he's part of the building process where they're starting to see some results and the team is coming together. Their draft picks, their players are developing, and Adam Lowry is going to be a big part of that. He's their captain, he's their leader, and once again, like Coda Gordon, when they need that big goal, he's going to be the guy they're looking to.
An exciting Wednesday night here in Swift Current, Mr. Neal, where there's some elite-level players to keep your eye on.
Absolutely. Lowry named the 26th captain of the Swift Current Broncos. He's got 5 points in his last 2 games, so he's on a tear right now for the Broncos. These two teams, they only meet once a year. The road team has won each of the last 2 get-togethers. Everett came into town in December of 2010 and won that game by a 6-0 count. Swift Current returned the favor last year in November with a 3-1 win in Everett. Graham Black, who scored in that game for the Broncos, he's on a 4-game point streak right now for Swift Current, which is the longest current streak for the Broncos. Reed Petrick, the former Medicine Hat Tiger, he too on a 4-game point streak, so he's the hottest right now for the Silvertips going into tonight. 4 games in total in the Western Hockey League this evening. A big one going on in Edmonton between the Kamloops Blazers and the Oil Kings. We'll bring you up to speed on that one as well as tonight goes along. Puck Drop is next from Swift Current on the WHL on Shaw.
When blades clash with ice, when tigers and cougars claw it out, when wheat kings battle oil kings, wherever you find the WHL, we're there.
Training these young players can be a lot of work, and I can't afford to be stiff or sore. Cerasil Joint Formula 14 can help reduce inflammation and cartilage damage. Cerasil is available at London Drugs and natural health retailers.
The WHL, the leading source of NHL talent for over 40 years. Over 20% of all NHL players got their start in the WHL. The WHL, producing the world's best talent.
Hi, I'm Jolene. Meet the crew at Springfield Auto Body.
Springfield Auto Body on Springfield Road in Kelowna, offering accredited and approved auto collision repairs on all makes of vehicles. Springfield Auto Body, a member of Quality Assured Collision Services.
And of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patron love in our hearts has come.
to call the one and only meeting of the season between the Swift Current Broncos and the Everett Silvertips. The Silvertips continuing their 6-game swing through the Eastern Conference. Jeff, last night they were 5-2 losers in Moose Jaw in a game where they led 2-0 early in the second period and appeared to be on their way to better fortunes, but a bad goal kind of turned the tide, and we'll see how Mark Ferner's team responds. Broncos coming off a setback Saturday to Portland, and one of their key players is with our Dave Dawson. Dave?
Thanks, Peter. Coda, how do you get back on track after dropping a tough one against Portland?
I know we played well, so we just got to kind of focus. We took a few days, and we really just got to rest and stick to our game style.
How do you neutralize one of the young studs like Ryan Murray tonight?
Just play physical on them. I know if we stick to our game, our aggressive game, and use our body lots, we'll hopefully get to them.
All right, thanks for doing this. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Peter?
Tonight's starting goaltenders are brought to you by Jack Link's Feed Your Wild Side, making another consecutive start for Everett. He played last night in Moose Jaw, is 18-year-old Vancouver product Daniel Cotton, and at the other end in his rookie season, the 19-year-old from Jyväskylä, Finland, E2 Laurikainen. And this young man has delivered in a big way in Swift Current early this season as he returns between the pipes. Our referees are Adam Biblow and Chad Williams, the linesman Jason Roy and Ian Schaefer. Adam Lowry starts his line for Swift Current against the veteran group for Everett of Manraj Hayer, Trent Lofthouse, and Josh Windquist. Nice to have you with us tonight on Shaw's. We're underway in Swift Current. And Ryan Murray starts the game on defense for Everett. Number 27 tracking the puck down in his own zone, plays it for Windquist ahead to Hayer, but he's stripped of the puck by Ryan Moser. Scarlett, a shot goes off Windquist into the corner. And Dylan Hetherington plays it in deep, and Mark Lamb's team makes an early change.
And look for the Broncos to get the puck in deep, especially in Murray's corner. Want to get some licks on him early and get the pressure on Everett, who played last night.
Jeff, this Swift Current team, when it's playing well, is difficult to deal with, aren't they?
Well, they're big and they're nasty, and they play with a bit of an edge, something they've been developing here for the last couple of years, and it's starting to pay off. Some guys producing offensively. Josh
Durko with a hard wrist shot, kicked away by Cotton, and in transition, here's Reed Petrick. Just offside at the line with Saskatoon product, and there are a number of them in number 15, Cole Baumel.
Well, we talked about Swift Current and all their close games here at the start of the season. 7 one-goal games. We'll see their record 4-2-3-1, and it could have been a lot better if not for those close games where they gave up some leads. Everett, coming on this road trip in the Eastern Conference, wanted to get some things going. Struggled as of late. Looking to get it turned around here in Swift Current.
5 of Swift Current's first 10 games have required extra time, and they've only managed to win one of those games, but yet those points, as Mark Lamb talked to me about this morning, they do add up. Durko pinned on the boards by former Lethbridge Hurricane Landon Oslansky. Durko stole it from him, and now it's cleared away. Petrick with Ryan Harrison and Cole Baumel. Petrick a shot, the first save of the game for Laurikainen, boasting an impressive .919 save percentage early. Harrison, he'll backhand it in.
And when you get goaltending like Laurikainen provided, especially early in the year, makes up for a lot of the mistakes you're going to make. Makes everybody feel a lot better about themselves.
Dalton Riem, hard pass, deflected in. At least it appeared to be deflected in, but missed the stick of Tanner Lassane, a young man you're very familiar with.
No, Tanner Lassane, coach like Mark Lamb, he's a guy that's going to appreciate Tanner Lassane. He's a hard-working, hard-nosed guy that's never going to give up. That's the identity the Swift Current Broncos are trying to build here, and they've been pretty successful so far. And a real good start here in the first 10 games. People in Swift Current very excited about this Swift Current Broncos team.
Ben Bedker back in the lineup tonight, acquired in that big deal with Portland back in May, the deal that sent the rights to Seth Jones, the highly touted young defenseman, to the Winterhawks. Graham Black, he's upended, and it will produce the first penalty of the game 2:18 into this first period.
So the Swift Current Broncos, along with being a very hard-working physical team, they have a power play that's been through the roof. Swift Current's power play coming in tonight's game, 34.1%, second in the league. And also when you look at it, 50 on the road, which is pretty impressive. Here we'll see Graham Black using his speed, gets tripped up.
Everett on the penalty kill, 73.3%. That's 14th in the Western League. They gave up 3 power play goals in the 5-2 setback last night in Moose Jaw to the Warriors. Second-ranked power play in the league goes to work. Seattle's power play just percentage points. Here's Winquist, short-handed moving in, backhand, he scores! Josh Winquist. And the Silvertips strike first.
Well, that's the exact start the Everett Silvertips want. Joshua Lindquist showing some real good speed there. Catches Richard Niedemel a little bit flat-footed on the blue line, and he pulls away and makes a great move from forehand to backhand. Just rims it up the boards here, and he's gone. A little bit of fake to the backhand through the 5-hole. More kind of.
Winquist's 5th goal of the season. He scored 19 in the 2011-2012 Western Hockey League campaign, and in the early going, he has the road team off to a nice beginning. Plenty of time left in the Swift Current power play. Graham Black, the 5th-round pick of New Jersey, he's stripped of the puck. Bryson Martin, an impressive 16-year-old defenseman. A one-time 2nd overall Bantam pick. Buse, his shot blocked in front by Nick Walters. Martin to Riem again. Slides it down low, cut off by Oslansky, and Levi Buse is there. Buse to Black. Black spinning on Oslansky. He'll get to the front of the net. Was hooked off the puck, and it's cleared down the ice by Cole Baumel.
Black wanting a call in Regina 2 games ago. Graham Black scored a goal on the exact same play. Came out and went short side shelf. This time not able to get the shot off.
Niedemel ahead to the speedy Ryan Moser. Moser streaking in behind the net. He's off to a good start this season. Moser with it. Feeds Adam Lowry. The return. Lowry jamming away at the side of the net. Daniel Cotton, the goaltender, pins it long enough for a stoppage as Lowry having some words with Ryan Murray.
Well, last night, the Everett Silvertips, their special teams, were their demise, giving up 3 power play goals. Maybe here tonight, change of fate, short-handed, able to make something happen. Good speed, good burst. It's the lift the Everett Silvertips wanted.
Laura Kynan got plenty of it, just not quite enough. And Winquist, with his 5th of the season, has the Silvertips in front. Lowry, 5 points in his last 2 outings to Scarlett. And now Niedemel. Reese Scarlett, Adam Lowry, hard shot, rebound. Moser couldn't pull the trigger from close range. Niedemel. Scarlett blocked, shot by Winquist. Penalty is expired, and Ryan Murray plays it on the boards. And the Silvertips unable to clear the zone. Moser with his skate kept it in for a second or two, but finally the puck clears Everett territory. As Graham Craig shoots it in his 200th career Western Hockey League outing. Betker off the stick of Winquist. In deep on the forecheck is Ty Mappin. Mappin, a 1st-round Bantam pick in 2011. Helped Red Deer to the midget AAA championship of the country last season. And carries in this time, does Ty Mappin, just offside.
Well, we talked about the number 2 power play in the league, the Swift Current Broncos. Everett doing a really nice job on the kill. The one good scoring chance they had coming up here. Adam Lowry, the big man, leans into that shot with a wrist shot. But Daniel Cotton makes the save.
Cotton came over in a deal a couple of weeks ago from the Seattle Thunderbirds when Austin Lotz, an Everett goaltender, went down with an injury. Lotz could be back at the very end of this trip, which will continue with games for Everett in Prince Albert and Saskatoon before they return home. Sumalitis, the shot. Stopped by Laura Kynan. Chance Lund, another former Seattle Thunderbird, scoops it into the zone. After it is the feisty Tanner Lassane. Walters has his stick taken away from him. Graham Black, a wrist shot, and it's swept away by Cotton. Scarlett tipped in front by Lund, and Cotton stops that too. A couple of former teammates with the Thunderbirds. Black enters the zone, wrist shot, still loose. And the whistle blown, and surprisingly for two teams who only collide once a season, we've had a number of scrums after whistles, Jeff Hodges.
Well, the Everett Silvertips knew the Swift Current Broncos were going to come out and play physical, and watching Everett come out, they've been just as physical right back. Swift Current, they get that puck in the scoring position. They want to shoot the puck. Graham Black there getting the pucks to the net. Swift Current keeps it simple, gets the pucks over the blue line, gets pucks to the net, and man to net, lots of traffic.
Graham Black has points in 4 straight games. Petrick around Hetherington. Forced to turn back. Feeds Baumel, backhander off the goal post. Cole Baumel, a wonderful chance, and he hit the goal post.
Everett Silvertips showing great speed through the neutral zone to create chances shorthanded, and here 5-on-5.
Coda Gordon back out with Moser. Lowry to the front, steered aside by Cotton. Wrist shot from the blue line. That stopped. Moser spins. Finds Coda Gordon, the Calgary 6th-round draft pick. Number 28 for the Broncos. Lowry, the 6'5" centerman. Hetherington clears it on the end boards. Gordon in front, and Ryan Murray steers it to the line. Petrick now. Ryan Harrison will shoot in a tough one. Hopper that gave Laura Kynan some difficulty. Back comes Hetherington, a nice stride as he hits center. Lots of NHL scouts in the building looking at number 2 of the Broncos tonight, Dylan Hetherington. Carson Stadnick blocked in front by Niedemel. Betker, his shot, good stick by Justin Spagrud, who deflected it into the corner. Dawson Liedall to the front of the net looking for a pass with Carson Stadnick and Zach McPhee on the Everett forward line. Zach McKay now of the Broncos. And Connor Cox, the former Saskatoon Blade, finds Betker. Josh Lindquist with a shorthanded goal at 2:42 has Everett in front. Liedall a shot that goes off the leg of Bryson Martin. Craig off the stick of Durko. He can't take it cleanly. And some scrambly play right now the last minute or so. Colby Cave intercepts, and he'll send it in deep. And the puck made its way into the mesh out of play.
Well, the Everett Silvertips last couple shifts starting to get their legs underneath them after playing last night, getting some offensive chances, working the puck down low, kind of taking a page out of Swift Current's books. Here's that speed we're talking about, driving wide, losing coverage, going to the net. And Baumel with a great chance, same move, trying to go forehand, backhand, 5-hole on Laura Kynan, but he had nothing to do with it that time.
Baumel still wondering about that chance. Scored 14 a season ago. Nearly at his 3rd of this season. Oslansky turns it over. Here's Levi Buse. Buse, he's pulled off the puck, and that will provide the Broncos with another power play chance, their 2nd of the night.
Swift Current Broncos using pressure, like to be in the face of Everett, causing turnovers. This was going to cause this chance right here. Good pressure on the neutral zone forecheck. Rushes the defenseman, puck comes across, tries to play on the backhand, and then good speed by Buse, who shifty comes in. Holding call.
Nicholas Walters in the penalty box, a 4th-round pick of the St. Louis Blues. Niedemel tipped in front by Lowry, but goes wide of the target. Moser into the corner for Coda Gordon. Back to the line and Reese Scarlett now. Niedemel, a draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings. Coda Gordon. Reese Scarlett dishes off for Niedemel. Looks, can't find a shooting lane. Moser will, but that goes about 4 feet wide of the goal. Adam Lowry to Richard Niedemel. Scarlett. Niedemel again. Wrist shot. That goes off Ryan Murray, who fell in front of it. Good block by Murray. In quite a tussle with Lowry to gain possession in front of the net. Moser. Gordon a chance. A quality opportunity for Gordon. And an equally good stop by Daniel Cotton.
Well, some terrific battles going on in front of the net with Lowry and Murray and Lowry and Mueller. And here we're going to take a look at this chance. Good pass, quick hands. Nice save by Cotton, staying square to the shooter.
And Murray with quite a chop at the end of the stick of Lowry. Through the seam, spinning his Riem, but he slid it wide.
Great stick by Zach McPhee to get a piece of that pass across the slot.
Chance Lund with Graham Black, who's been a pepper pot early in this first period. Martin, Riem, Black, one-timer, found its way through, but went wide of the net.
Swift Current D-men always with their heads up, always shooting for that stick of the forward for the tip.
Bryson Martin, the defenseman from Calgary. Martin enters the zone. Dealing with Connor Cox. Cox upends him. Finds Josh Durko. Wrist shot. That's blocked in front. Everett's blocked a number of shots, especially on the two Swift Current power plays. And failing to hold it in is Riem.
But when your leader, Ryan Murray, is laying his body down blocking shots, it's contagious.
Connor Cox, long lead pass, too high for Winquist, and icing will be the call. Laura Kynan has had one puck go behind him, courtesy of Josh Winquist. Everett leads. This is the Western Hockey League on Shaw Television.
When blades clash with ice, when tigers and cougars claw it out, when wheat kings battle oil kings, wherever you find the WHL, we're there.
Armstrong Collision, auto body and collision repair with lifetime warranty. Call 250-546-3300 or visit them at 3750 Pleasant Valley Road in Armstrong.
The WHL, best players in hockey's best development league. World-class coaching, top-notch facilities, and passionate fans. The WHL, producing the world's best talent.
WHL hockey is live on Shaw. Watch Wednesday, November 7th when the Edmonton Oil Kings make their way through the BC Division with a stop in the Okanagan to take on the Kelowna Rockets. WHL hockey, only on Shaw.
All right, I'm on the bench with Broncos head coach Mark Lamb. Coach, how would you assess your team's play so far tonight?
Well, I've liked a lot of things. You know, we had a couple power plays. We moved around the puck pretty well on power play. Not enough traffic, not enough shots, but so far so good. I didn't like the two breakaways. They scored on one, especially shorthanded. That's not good enough.
You picked up quite a gem in E2 Laura Kynan. What's he been like, and what do you like about him?
He's been excellent for us. Great since training camp. He seems real solid, real composed. Really like him a lot.
Thanks a lot. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Peter?
Swift Current Broncos working that power play. Good sticks, good effort, but Everett Silvertips tips to prevent that pass right across for an open man.
8-5, the shots on goal in favor of the Broncos, but it's a shorthanded tally by Josh Winquist, his 5th goal of the season, and the 3rd shorthanded goal of the campaign by the Silvertips that have them in front. Manraj Hayer, long wrist shot, and Laura Kynan will hang on.
Early in this game so far, 11 minutes in, the one thing I am impressed with Everett Silvertips is when they get puck in the neutral zone, their team speed through the neutral zone, forcing the Swift Current Broncos to make some tough plays defensively.
Manraj Hayer the leading scorer of the Silvertips with 9 points. 16-year-old Ty Mappin, his brother Cass Mappin, a former Western Hockey Leaguer from Big Valley, Alberta. And Mappin with no shortage of skill and very feisty. Still looking for his first Western Hockey League goal.
2 assists on the year. One of them was a beauty off a face-off in Regina. Pushed the puck to his centerman's feet and right across crease for a tap-in goal. Got to be heads up taking the face-off against Ty Mappin.
Mappin out there with another impressive 16-year-old and Tyler Sandu. He was part of the big Seth Jones transaction as well. Stathis Soumalitis. I'm not sure how you come from the Czech Republic and have a name like Stathis Soumalitis. Now, if he was from Athens, I would understand. But he's the other member of that forward line for Everett.
One of those things that make you go,
Mirko Mueller. Mappin stopped up at the line by Hetherington, and this is Levi Buse. Buse carries in, working against Ryan Murray, and the second overall pick in the NHL draft says, not this time.
I don't think he was biting on that move. Do you, Peter?
I don't think he bites on a lot of moves. If the NHL works things out, I fully expect Ryan Murray to be playing in Columbus. Is off the end boards and came in a hurry. And to be frank, Everett's fortunate this game is not tied.
Very fortunate. You talked about Ryan Murray 2 years ago, former GM of the Everett Silvertips. Doug Sotart was raving about him and saying, thank goodness he has a late birthday or he would have been in the NHL last year. That's how good he is.
Daniel Cotton says, thank you kindly. Could have just as easily carried off his skate and gone into the back of the net, but it doesn't. Dawson Leadall from Saskatoon. Carson Stadnick runs into Big Niedemel. He goes about 6'4.5". Nicholas Walters. Wrist shot blocked by the aforementioned Niedemel. Walters fans. Puck did come outside the zone. And the Silvertips will clear it. Niedemel makes his way to center. Hard wrist shot, some trouble for Cotton, but again, he collects the loose puck.
Everett Silvertips heading out on this East Coast swing. It's not East Coast, but the Eastern Division swing. Looking for some team building, looking to build something off this. So far, they've had a bit of tough luck. Had a great overtime win in Brandon. And then both games, Regina and Moose Jaw built the lead, unable to hold the lead, which is pretty frustrating. Realistically, this team could be 3-0 on this swing and building a lot of confidence.
In the game last night, leading 2-0 and had some great chances to add to that lead in the second period. And an unfortunate goal as far as Everett was concerned. A bank shot from the corner by the Warriors. Morgan Riley really turned that game in the Warriors' favor. Colby Cave with Josh Durko and Levi Buse. Buse into the high slot. Cave a backhand try, missed it, and back comes Baumel, and Ryan Murray up in the attack. He scored his second of the season in the game last night in Moose Jaw with a blistering slap shot. Ryan Harrison twisting on the end boards. The 20-year-old to Connor Cox. His wrist shot on target, rebound, lays loose in front. Petrick gobbles it up. Heads Harrison, but he can't pull the trigger, and Buse will start away for the Broncos. With Durko now. Durko, and a glove save by Cotton, his 10th of this opening period.
At the start of the show, we showed a bit of a highlight pack on Ryan Murray. A lot of his goals were sneaking down from the point position, joining the rush, tap-in goals across. Here we'll see an example how that happens. He activates himself. He pushes through the middle just like a forward, continues on. Forwards on the ice for Everett. They know when Ryan Murray's on the ice, he's got the green light to go. In that case, right winger has to stay back. He's that third man high. Ryan Murray, very dangerous when he joins the rush.
Murray not only played for Canada at the World Junior Championship last year, he played in the World Men's Championship in Finland and Sweden. and acquitted himself in 6 games very nicely there. Adam Lowry, 14 points on the season. He'll flip it in and give chase. Walters, and he will collide heavily. None the worse for wear after it. Lowry back to the blue line. It goes for Craig. Coda Gordon with some room. Gordon toe drag, and that's blocked again in front. Riem now. Down low towards Lowry. Swept away by Walters, and Lofthouse wants to move it out of the zone and is able to do so. Trent Lofthouse, 3 goals this season, has already eclipsed his total of a season ago. Graham Black on the hard shooting. Betker controls it. He loses the handle to Lund, pokes it through the goal crease. Lassand to Lund with Black. Sumalitis to a loose puck, and Stathis Sumalitis flips it out. Off the stick of Mappin, right to Laura Kanan, who had to be careful. Sandu, Mappin a chance, and it did make its way off a body on target, but Laura Kanan the save. Back we go to Dave Dawson.
Together was the 20-year-old deadline in the WHL. Now the Everett Silvertips use that to pick up puck-moving defenseman Connor Cox, who's previously released from the Saskatoon Blades. Now management thought that it was important to bring in a puck-moving defenseman like Cox, but they did that at the expense of Cody Fowley. It wasn't such a popular move in the dressing room. Cody was apparently well-liked by a lot of the guys. Fowley now plays for the Vernon Vipers of the BCHL. And Cox, by the way, picked up his first and only point as a member of the Everett Silvertips in his first game against the Brandon Wheat Kings last week. Peter?
Thanks, Dave. Connor Cox, a terrific season in Saskatoon a year ago. 41 points. Has 3 assists so far this season. Lead all pinned on the boards by Zach McKay. Zach McPhee now tries to keep it alive, and Spagrud for the on-rushing Scarlet as it's cleared in by Big Daniel Dale. Swift Current probably featuring, Jeff, I would say, one of the biggest lineups in the entire Western Hockey League.
Well, they are big up front, and they're big in the back end. They use that to advantage. They get pucks in deep, and they want to punish teams. They want to grind you down. So come the third period, that defenseman has took enough licks. He doesn't want to go back and get the puck, and you can establish your forecheck.
Clean face-off win. Craig to Coda Gordon. Gordon fans with Moser and Lowry, the top unit for the Broncos. Which means Ryan Murray on the ice for Everett with his young defensive partner, and keep an eye on him, Mirko Mueller, the 17-year-old from Switzerland. Gets away. Here comes Petrick speeding in. High rising wrist shot. Didn't miss by much. Riem will carry ahead to Lowry now. Lowry off of Mueller, and that deflects out of play.
Very similar to the shorthanded goal against. Puck bobbled on the blue line by the Swift Current defense. Petrick using his speed to break down the right wing. Nice job by Riem coming over to force him to shoot that puck a little bit quicker than he wanted to. But Everett once again showing quick jump, quick speed to that neutral zone.
Reed Petrick came over at the deadline last season in a deal that allowed Medicine Hat, the Tigers, to obtain the rights to Miles Koulis, who's off to a very nice start, the American-born forward. And Petrick, as Andy mentioned off the top of our show, riding a 4-game point streak, and he almost added to it seconds ago. Walters and Durko bump, and Manraj Hayer comes away with to Winquist, the game's goal getter for Oslansky. Oslansky caught up. Durko with room now. Durko off the shoulder of Cotton. Durko looking for his second of the season. And head coach Mark Lamb told me this morning he feels like Durko has made some of the biggest strides on his team the last season to season.
Well, he fits the mold. Josh Durko is a Swift Current Bronco example. He's a big man. Here he's getting a chance, coming down the wing with the left-handed shot, rips it off the shoulder, caught. Both the benches on this rink on opposite sides. Not very often in Western hockey would you see that, so the change isn't really an advantage in the second period. But there you can get caught making that long change either period.
Brandon and Medicine Hat, the only other two buildings in the league now where you find this situation. Needham de La Salle and the ex-Yorkton Harvest AAA midget. Not that you'd know anything about that group, Mr. Rogers, who just happens to be their head coach, ices the puck.
No, had the opportunity to coach Tanner Lassane for the Swift Current Broncos for the last 3 seasons. He's a hard soul guy, a listed guy out of last season. He's come in, made the team at camp just by sheer determination, hard work. Really nobody knew who he was when he came to camp, and here he is playing in the third line. A real credit to Tanner Lassane and what the hard work he's put into making this team.
And already has 2 goals and an assist in his first 8 Western Hockey League outings. Petrick blocked by Lowry. Mueller off the glass towards Ryan Harrison. With Cole Baumel and Petrick. Petrick to Ryan Murray, rifles that pass to Mueller. Mueller shot, rebound, scores! Cole Baumel and the Silvertips take a 2-0 lead.
Ryan Murray might have found a pretty good defensive partner that works good with him. And Mueller, Ryan Murray, he whipped that pass over. Mueller accepted the pass, head up, got the shot through, and pounced on the rebound in front for the net. We talked about Swift Current getting lots of pucks in the net. Everett Silvertips doing a great job here later in this first period. Byron puck net, getting good pressure. Never a bad play to go to the net.
Cole Baumel's 3rd of the season. Remember, he hit the goalpost earlier in this period. And the Silvertips in front, 2-0 as they were one night ago in Moose Jaw. They'd like to handle it much differently here this evening. Durko, blocked by Mueller. Mueller has some ability. And playing with a pretty good player in Ryan Murray. Here comes Hare now, looking for Winquist, and deflects off Craig right on Laura Kynan. Mueller and Murray draw the assists on the goal by Baumel at 18:15. Coda Gordon to Richard Needhamel, hits Hare and goes to the boards. Ozlansky rifles it to Winquist, and he's content to backhand it to center.
Like we've seen last year in the NHL playoffs, the real importance and stressing on blocking of shots. Everett doing a real good job of getting in front of shots.
Been a real difference maker in this opening frame for sure. Ozlansky, 5 goals already this season. The speedy Baumel couldn't quite get there before the puck crossed the line for icing. The Western Hockey League on Shaw, proud to recognize Jack Links as an official partner of the Western Hockey League. Jack Links, feed your wild side.
A part of that Saskatoon connection here, the Everett Silvertips going on with Dawson Liedel, Carson Stadnick, the 2 youngsters, and Cole Baumel, who's having one heck of a game, showing his speed and using it to be very, very effective so far, given Swift Current Bronco defense fits.
Sure, the 3-hour trip down the highway today was busy with friends and family making their way to Swift Current. Or maybe just sliding over from Moose Jaw, which, by the way, last night was not a lot of fun. And a penalty, another one to Nicholas Walters in this period. This one late for delay of game.
Everett Silvertips messing with a little bit of fire here with the Swift Current Bronco power play that's been so effective. They've done a real good job of killing it off. That's one of those plays where I agree with that call there. That was directly shooting it out. A lot of times you'll see it'll deflect. It's not on purpose. The puck will stand up when they go to shoot it out. I don't agree with the call there. but this one here where he purposely shoots it out, good call.
Seconds winding down, a third consecutive power play chance. Lowry, side of the net, got a piece of cut and backhanded down the ice, and Swift Current will not have time, I don't think, for another opportunity. Gordon deflects it, buzzer goes, and Mr. Rogers, a pretty impressive opening period for Ryan Murray and the Everett Silvertips.
Well, the Everett Silvertips this morning went through some pretty extensive video after the loss to Moose Jaw, giving up the lead. They did the same thing in Regina, and they got off to a great start in Brandon. Now let's see if they've learned from their mistakes. Everett Silvertips, with the start they wanted, now they have to find a way to be able to maintain that lead, keep that lead, and pull out 2 points here in this road swing.
Broncos at home, trailing the Silvertips as we go down to that good-looking corner of this Credit Union Iplex and Andy Neal.
Thanks very much, Peter and Jeff. Coming up, we will hear from Adam Lowry, who will speak with Dave Dawson. We'll also talk to Gary Davidson, general manager of the Everett Silvertips, and the WHL's Plays of the Week, along with highlights and analysis from the first period. Third straight game that Everett has taken a 2-0 lead here on the road on this East Division road trip. Through one from Swift Current on the WHL on Shaw.
Now there's a cute little guy, still enjoying himself, despite the fact that I'm guessing his favorite team here in Swift Current trails the Everett Silvertips in their only meeting of the year by a count of 2-0. Ryan Murray, a couple of assists, a world-class player, and he really did lead the way for the Silvertips in the first period.
Boy, did you talk about the assist, talk about leading the way, and blocking shots is another thing he was doing. Here, gets the puck out, short-handed, killing the penalty. Joshua Windkis with great speed down the wall, beats his man to the net. You'll see a nifty little move on a hot goaltender, Laura Kynan, and more speed to the neutral zone. Reed Petrick here with a little backhand pass. Cole Baum will come through, off the post, denied that time. Great play, great vision by Petrick. And here we'll see Mueller with the heads up, gets the puck through, missed block. Cole Baum will not get me denied 2 times in a row. But Mueller with some great vision, great movement to get that puck through and make it a 2-0 lead. Swift Current Broncos had lots of offensive opportunities on their own, but that man Daniel Cotton, especially on the power play for the Broncos, had some great chances here. Coda Gordon, a very dangerous scorer, standing tall. Josh Jurko on a bad change. He comes down the wing, rips it off the shoulder. So a real good team effort, a good bounce-back effort after last night's loss in Moose Jaw. Everett Silvertips so far after one period doing everything you want for your game on back-to-back nights.
Cotton stopping all 11 shots that he faced, and he figures to be busy early in this second period. Still 1:41 remaining in a delay of game minor to Nicholas Walters of the Silvertips, and the Broncos go to work on power play number 3. 34.1% with a man advantage, second in the league coming into tonight's play. Scarlett to Niedemel. Blocked by Mirko Mueller, and the 17-year-old from Winterthur, Switzerland, backhands it the length of the ice. Be a few scouts in the house continuing to keep an eye on number 25 of the Silvertips. Cole Baumel can't clear it by Coda Gordon, keeps it alive on the boards for Graham Black with Adam Lowry. And Baumel, despite being about 5'7" and 165 pounds, won that battle. Lowry now, Adam Lowry. Puck got caught up in a sticky spot on the ice. Bryson Martin to Riem. The return pass, Martin. Wrist shot, that's blocked in front by Connor Cox. Riem now, one-time try Gordon, and Cotton in good position as Harrison spins and finds an opening.
Another great job on blocking shots, good active sticks. That time, Swift Current able to move the puck around. The shot they do have, nobody in front of the net. It's a one-timer from the top of the circles. Another easy save for Cotton.
Just 10 seconds to go in this Bronco power play as Martin back for the puck. To Durko. An assistant captain stripped by Petrick. Petrick working on Martin. And Durko comes back to force the puck off the stick of the former Medicine Hat Tiger, Reed Petrick. Petrick might have been the best forward for Everett in that first period.
Well, him and his line mate Bommel, outstanding.
Carson Stadnick. Blocked by Daniel Dale and scooped in by Colby Cage. Here comes Big Dale on the forecheck, dealing with Becker. Hetherington, a rolling puck, knocked down in front by Ryan Murray. And Murray took care of Colby Cave's stick as well. Hetherington to Dale on the boards. Stadnick tried to keep it in, and now it's sent deep by Connor Cox. The ice giving the players some issue after the flood here at the Credit Union Iplex, where by and large the ice looks like it's in pretty good shape in this building. Oslansky shot blocked, a blast by Landon Oslansky, but well wide of the cage. Oslansky with 5 goals, scored one of the 2 goals last night in Moose Jaw in the loss. He scored just 6 all of last season and has a career high of 7.
He's also third among the defensemen in all of the league for scoring goals. So great offensive start for him.
Moser leaves it for Graham Black in close quarters. Into the corner for Levi Buse. Watch closely by Mueller. Niedemel backhands it towards Graham Black one more time. Black and Murray now. Murray calmly, coolly to Sumalitis. And Sumalitis towards Ty Mappin, just out of his reach. Orakainen kind of taking his time. Ty Mappin now. Mappin bumped off the puck by Lowry, and Niedemel trying to move it out of his own zone, forced back.
You expected the Swift Current Broncos to come out and carry the pace here early in the second, and so far it's been the Everett Silvertips who are carrying it.
Manraj Hayer in behind Winquist, and here's Lowry again with Moser. Ryan Moser, wrist shot, another block, this one courtesy of Nicholas Walters. Craig just kept it in at the line. Winquist turning against Chance Lund and made a good play to hook up with Hayer. For the on-rushing Oslansky, another shot, but offside the call.
Well, a 20-year-old situation all around the league. Very interesting teams trying to get down to their final numbers. Taking a look at the 20-year-olds for the Everett Silvertips, Connor Cox, Ryan Harrison, and Landon Oslansky. We talked about Oslansky, how he's scoring goals here, third in the league among defensemen in scoring. Connor Cox comes in. Interesting decision to bring him in. I believe the Everett Silvertips are thinking if they lose Ryan Murray to the NHL, they need some help on defense, and Connor Cox showed last year in Saskatoon. He can be that guy that can play some big-time minutes and also be productive offensively.
Some very difficult 20-year-old decisions that had to be made last Wednesday around the league. Ryan Harrison to Connor Cox, and his quick shot over top of the net.
Really impressed with Everett's movement away from the puck. Puck comes in the corner, zone entry. Everett has guys heading to the net with speed.
Colby Cave, a wrist shot. Josh Durko. Intercepted by Connor Cox again, and he'll one-hand it ahead. And here's Petrick with Bommel, who has one of the 2 Everett goals, but that's broken up by Big Hetherington at the line. And the Calgary product back for it. Had a tryout with Canada's under-18 team this summer, just failing to make it. Good lead pass. McKay speeds in, but Lassane a little impatient away from the puck.
A little discussion about the Everett Silvertips 20-year-olds. Here we'll take a look at the Swift Current Broncos 20-year-old situation. Ryan Moser, offensive-minded left winger. Big Chance Lund come over from Seattle. And Dalton Rim, a stay-at-home defenseman who can also play some minutes in your power play. Chance Lund coming over from Seattle. Big man, scored 17 goals last year. They need to get him going, especially the 20 here in Swift Current.
Lund off to a pretty good beginning so far this season. Has a couple of goals. They'd like more. Lassane on the cycle with Zach McKay and Justin Spagaroo. Carson Stadnick takes over. A bronze medal winner with the Saskatoon Midget Contacts of the Canadian Championships in Leduc last spring. Ryan Murray intercepted by Spagrud. Lissan off the stick of goaltender Cotton, batted out of midair by Spagrud, right on target.
Mark Lamb switching up his lines here, moving Lissan with Mackay and Spagrud trying to get something going offensively in the forecheck.
Spagrud with 3 goals already from nearby Gull Lake, Saskatchewan.
What a pass by Martin right up the middle for the 16-year-old.
Head coach Mark Lamb told me today he's the best passer on his team. Great distributor of the puck is Bryson Martin and has a very bright future in the sport. Samuelidis now. Samuelidis. His shot goes wide. Ty Mappin on the boards. Nice move around Lund. Back to the line as Lansky. Lund in the shooting lane that time. Coda Gordon enters the zone. Good feed off the stick of Lowry. Plays it backhander. Scores! And there is Chance Lund with his 3rd of the season.
I hope we get a chance to look at this goal from zone entry. Coda Gordon, not the fastest guy, but great hands, great patience. Look at the pass he makes all the way across the ice through 2 defenders. Lowry throws it on net. Big chance to Lund using that big body, banging that into rebounds, going net where he needs to go. But Coda Gordon, so good. Zone entry, setting up the play, making the right play to set that up.
They should derive the 2 assists on Lund's 3rd of the season at 7:21. Lowry and Gordon now both with 6 points in their last 3 games. And just what the doctor ordered for the home side. Face-off wins, Scarlett. Another New Jersey Devils pick. Back in 2011. Scarlett with it now. Has 6 assists on the year. Bettner falls down. Scarlett on the rush. His shot, rebound, loose at the side of the net. Ryan Moser. Graham Black. Scarlett a chance, and an excellent defensive play by Manraj Hayer to fall in front of it. Hughes to Black, going to the net. Stopped by Cotton. A sensational stop off Black by goaltender Cotton.
Swift Current Broncos starting to get the momentum, starting to get their legs on them, getting pucks net. Here we'll see miscue, opens up Scarlett, puts the puck on net, drives the lane. Moser tied up without a chance, and here's the last one. Graham Black jumps up in the air, delays, goes back to the forehand. Nice play by Cotton, holding that left pad down, not biting, not going across, dragging that pad to make the save.
You might file that save in the old memory bank, preventing this game from being tied. How was that up pass from Ryan Murray? Colby Cave. Good stick from Oslansky to send that out of play.
All the lines getting mixed up here for Swift Current, trying to mix things up. Durko out there with Cave, and Dale trying to get a little bit of momentum.
Ryan Murray, 2 assists in this game, has 3 points in his last 2 outings.
The thing that impresses me the most is just the way he's able to position himself defensively. Knows where that puck's going to be, takes 1 step, intercepts a pass, makes a breakout play, and you're gone the other way.
Looks like he's ready for the next level to me. Mirko Mueller. However, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryan Murray at another World Junior Championship for his country coming up in Ufa, Russia, starting on Boxing Day. But I'm sure this guy has a lot of things on his mind, including the lockout.
Hopefully those guys get it together, get it done, so we can all start watching NHL hockey again.
Petrick with Baumel and Harrison. They've been dangerous. Baumel off the stick of Craig, and back comes the Swift Current goal getter, Chance Lund. Lund fans on a wrist shot. Puck was rolling on him and went wide. Bryson Martin. Lund and now Lowry with Coda Gordon.
Take a look at Lowry getting with Chance Lund. Two big men, very hard to handle. They can get those pucks straight ahead, going to the net. There isn't a lot of defensemen in the league. They're about to slow those two down if they make up their mind. Very effective line. You get a good distributor of the puck like Coda Gordon with them. Could be a very effective line.
Lowry, the son of former NHLer and now Victoria Royals head coach Dave Lowry. A hello to Dave if he's watching in tonight. One of the good people in this sport. Dawson lead all. Quickly again off the end boards, and Laura Kynan takes care of the puck.
Dave Lowry had the opportunity to play with Red Hall and Adam Oates. I'm sure he loaded most of the defensive responsibilities on that line.
Yes, I would think that's fairly safe to assume.
Not a bad job to have, though. He'd pick up 40, 50 points just by hanging out with those two guys.
Carson Stadnik back out with McPhee, lead all. McPhee, and he let a screamer go that just missed on the short side. Daniel Dale held in by Oslansky now. Everett with a good shift going. And Dale will bank it off the board, try and scoot around Oslansky. Did. Good pass. Durko tried to return the favor, and the puck off his skate. Oslansky sweeps it out of the reach of Big McPhee. Nice turn away from Craig to Colby Cave from North Battleford, Saskatchewan. Betker away from Coda Gordon. Ty Mappin now hits the line. Mappin trying to cut to the slot area, prevented by Riem. Lowry carries in now. Adam Lowry with an assist in the period, his 15th point of the year. Coda Gordon. Lund. Another chance for Chance Lund to stop by Cotton.
There's one using that big reach of his to advantage, stripping the puck, making one step on a play to the net.
Mark Lamb's Broncos making changes. Under 9 to go in this second period. Winquist, Josh Winquist through the middle of the ice, just failed to make the connection with Manraj Hare. Graham Black with a burst of speed. This guy can really scoot. Nearly got to his own dump in. Scarlett holds it in, dealing with Mirko Mueller in the corner. Mueller pins it against the board. Scarlett now does come away with it, with some help from Graham Black. Black's been impressive in this game. Chopped away down low to Levi Buse. Buse, the former Blade and Vancouver Giant. Black handles it again. Black to Moser. Hetherington a slap pass on the stick of Buse now. Graham Black intercepted, and Winquist will just relieve the pressure. Scarlett backhand pass to Buse. A lengthy shift. Dropped it neatly for Colby Cave off the bench. His stick is lifted. Mappin turning in the corner to Lofthouse. Lofthouse on right wing. Puts on the brakes. Off the boards to Ty Mappin. Sumalitis now. Colby Cave a good angle defensively to prevent him from getting towards the net. And Durko will scoop it in deep. Cave dumped by Oslansky in the corner. Back is Tyler Sandu. Dale to Cave with Durko. Dale, another big Swift Current body. Sumalitis talking about big bodies run over by Niedemel. And Niedermel's going to go with Walters. This could be an interesting tussle.
6'4", 225 for the big Euro, Richard Niedemel.
Walters' helmet comes off. He gets in a right hand. These are a couple of tough customers. And the linesman finally getting between them.
Nice job by Walters. Niedemel trying to get something going, dumps in a puck, takes the body. Walters there to answer the bell. Pretty good scrap.
2-1, Everett leads. Here in the second, you're watching the Western Hockey League on Shaw.
The WHL, best play
on Shaw.
All right, here on the bench with the Silvertips head coach, Mark Ferner. Mark, how do you feel your team's played so far tonight?
At times we're pretty good. I mean, I think we need to stay out of the box, obviously. I mean, we got to play a little bit more in their end. You know, they're a big physical hockey team. We just got to manage the puck real well and make the puck do the work.
Did that fight, was that able to give you some momentum from here on? Are you looking for that?
Well, I mean, we're going to go out and compete, no question about it. When one of their players takes a run at one of our guys, you know, it's good for Nick Walters that he stood up for his teammate.
All right, thanks for doing this. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Peter?
Thanks, Dave. Mark Ferner, a former Western Hockey League champion back in his junior days. And Jeff, yes, here's what led to the altercation.
So Niedemel coming in as a defenseman, dumps the puck in. He's a big guy. They want to establish that physical presence. He comes in, and Everett there to answer the bell. Nick Walters, a veteran, saying, you know what? We got a young team here. We're not going to be pushed around at all, even in Swift Current's building.
Chance Lund's third of the year from Lowry and Gordon, the lone goal of the second period after Winquist scored his fifth, a shorthanded goal, and Cole Baumel notched his third for Everett in the first period. Ryan Murray was in on both of them. Here he comes, and his wrist shot is gloved and held by Eetu Laurikainen.
The one thing the Swift Current Broncos have made of adjustment going into the second period is they picked up that trailer. Ryan Murray there, he comes down the wing in the first period. Swift Current got puck focused. There's guys coming in behind, getting that pass into that seam in the slot area for a shot. Now they're more aware of picking it up, not giving up those chances from the slot.
Baumel, a clean face-off win to Murray. Mirko Mueller deflected away. Petrick to Ryan Harrison now. Harrison, Petrick, and Baumel on the cycle. And a glove pass, the reason for the whistle. The Western Hockey League's leading point man, and J.C. Lapon is on some tear. He scored again tonight, the Regina product. 25 points, has 6 goals in his last 3 games. On Friday, he had a hat trick before the first period was over, Jeff. Came back with a couple of power play goals in their victory in Calgary on Sunday, and has one of the 2 goals in what is likely one heck of a battle going on between the defending champions and a team that looks like it's ready to compete for a title this season. Scarlett carries in on the offside.
That would be considered hot, I would think, putting up points and numbers like that. Pretty impressive, especially in this league, the way the teams, you got video and you prepare for guys and you've got PK, videos, whatever you want, and to still be able to put up those kind of numbers, that's some skill.
If you're on the Western Hockey League website, go back and take a look at the highlights from Sunday's game between Kamloops and Calgary. You'll see 2 of the most beautiful passes that led to those Lapon goals that you will ever see in hockey, period. One from Colin Smith, the other a behind-the-back pass off the stick of Brendan Ranford. And Ranford has one of those 2 goals tonight for the Blazers. Durko protects the puck well. Watched by Hare. out there with Daniel Dale and Colby Cave. Cave to Dylan Hetherington. Wrist shot through a screen, blocked by Cox. Looked like it might get through. Hetherington keeps it alive. Swift Current with some momentum after the goal in the period by Lund. Lansky will settle it down. And Connor Cox comes away to Lofthouse. Stolen by Colby Cave. Cave off to a good start with 7 points this season. Lund again. Wrist shot and a good one. A big rebound. And taking it out of harm's way was Stadnik for Winquist. Josh Winquist can't toe drag the puck past Lowry. Lowry sends it in off the boards. Lund and Murray will collide on the end boards. Lowry tied up by Ben Betker. Makes the pass to Coda Gordon and McPhee in the corner now. And Murray quickly reverses to Winquist. Okay, those plays don't show up on the scoreboard or score sheet. Not easy to make.
And if you're coaching the defense, you're going, I taught him that.
My goodness. Heavy jolt by McPhee on Lund, and he felt that against the boards. Lansky keeps it in towards Dawson Lidahl. Lidahl with good speed overskates the puck, and Coda Gordon will chip it out of the zone towards Graham Black. Back comes Dawson Lidahl. Lidahl, another burst into the zone, into the crease. A little trouble for Laura Kynan, and Laura Kynan involved with his own defenseman, Dalton Riem, in the net. Comes off its moorings. Second period play-by-play brought to you by Travelodge. The Western Hockey League on Shaw is proud to recognize Travelodge as an official partner of the Western Hockey League. Travelodge. Nice rooms, great people.
Everett Silvertips there with some good speed from their fourth line. Their two youngsters, Stadnik and Lidahl, along with the big McPhee, that driving the net, trying to get something going offensively.
Moser backhands it in. Levi Buse in hot pursuit. Tyler Sandu loses the handle. Moser now to Buse, but he was knocked down by Mappin. And Sandu will skate it out before running into Bryson Martin. They played against one another last year in the Western Canada Under-16 Challenge Cup. The rosters for that event officially unveiled today, with Team BC and Team Alberta being announced. If you are in the Calgary area, don't miss it. November 1st to November 4th at the Father David Bauer Arena. The top 15-year-olds in Western Canada taking part. The players on their way to this league, and many of them will be stars in this league. Cole Baumel to Ryan Harrison. Baumel again, turning right back. Harrison, a glorious chance. Big stop by Laura Kynan. Petrick on the end boards controls. Petrick, Harrison was free in the slot area, but Scarlett blocked it. Harrison again. Cole Baumel. Baumel still with the puck. Down low, Murray. Harrison, Baumel, Mueller. Shot goes wide. Murray let it go right on target. And Bryson Martin will send it ahead and out.
This line for Everett, so effective. Speed, you get respect. Defensemen back off, give you all kinds of time.
Lofthouse, a high slap shot, gloved by Laura Kynan after a fabulous shift from the Baumel line.
Well, Baumel, Harrison, Petrick, they've been on their best line all night. Here they are cycling the puck, all kinds of room. Out to Harrison from Baumel, gets a great shot. Laura Kynan with a shoulder save. But when you got that kind of speed and that kind of puck possession, defensemen, their third forward down low will back off, give you time to make those switches and find that open guy.
In chatting to Mark Ferner today before this game, the head coach of the Silvertips wanted more from some of his older players, and I don't think he's disappointed with what he's seen.
Or whatever they did, I think they definitely got the message through.
Winquist, one of those players, and has a goal in the game, his 5th of the year shorthanded, that opened the scoring early in the first. Connor Cox, his shot goes wide. Chance Lund off of Islansky to Lowry. Adam Lowry away from Islansky. Through the seam, Riem, Arister, and Cotton. No rebound. And this has become a hotly contested affair. We've had no shortage of this after almost every whistle.
Well, Swift Current, that's the way they like to play, and Everett coming in knowing that, making a definite point and making it stand for themselves. Very good job by Everett, especially against this at home in Swift Current here. Look at Mark Ferner. Look at this road trip so far. Everett with a big 3-2 win in Brandon. 2-goal lead in Regina. They give it up for the loss. 2-goal lead in Moose Jaw. End up losing 5-2. Now tonight with Swift Current through 40 minutes, Mark Ferner has to be very happy with his team's effort.
And a 2-goal lead in this game at one point. That was cut to 1 in the period by Chance Lund to the Broncos with his 3rd of the season. From Lowry and Gordon, and they're back out now, late in the period. Lowry in front off of Mueller with Gordon in a great position. The 30-goal getter from a season ago. Harrison knocked away by Graham Craig. Craig will make his way to center and he'll shoot it in. Mueller with an assist in the game, his 5th point of the year. Knocked down from behind by Durko and looks up at the referee. Didn't like that much. Petrick. Reed Petrick. Islansky snapped his stick in 2, and that could lead to a problem. Scarlett. And the buzzer goes as the Broncos cut into the 2-0 first period deficit and score the only goal, Jeff, of period number 2.
Chance Lund gets that goal. Some adjustments made by both teams. Swift Current doing a much better job defensively. I thought that the defensemen especially were much better than they were in the second, not giving up so much chances. Everett doing a nice job of staying out of the penalty box, not letting that power play of Swift Current create all the chances they did in the first.
Andy Neal, take it away.
Thanks very much, gents. We will hear from Ryan Murray. We'll talk with Dave Dawson on the other side of the break. We'll also hear from Swift Current Broncos play-by-play man Sean Mullen, and Peter Labardius will join us as well in the second intermission. The Broncos get on the board on a goal from Chance Lund, but they still trail at home to the Everett Silvertips. 4th game of this East Division trip for the Tips, and they're up 2-1 through 2 on the WHL on Shaw.
At 2-1, the Silvertips lead after 40 minutes of play here with Ryan Murray. Ryan, how do you feel your team's played so far tonight?
You know, I thought we played all right. You know, we're doing some pretty good things in the offensive zone and doing a good job of keeping them to the outside of the defensive zone. So a couple things we can do better, but I think we've had a really good start.
Past couple games, you've had a hard time holding on to 2-goal leads. What's the mindset now, up by 1 goal heading to the 3rd?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep playing the same game, keep playing hard, and you know, not have any mental breakdowns out there.
You had a really special moment last year, obviously being drafted 2nd overall. What was that like for you?
It was pretty incredible. It's something that I've worked my entire career for, and you know, it's a really special time for me and my family.
How does that change how you prepare coming into the season this year after such an emotional experience and coming back to junior?
It's kind of weird. You know, would have liked to get an opportunity at an NHL training camp, but obviously that decision wasn't in my hands. So, you know, just making the most of the time I have here in Everett.
Is that difficult to watch what's going on right now with the NHL and think any moment I can be called up if the deal is struck?
I'm not really keeping too many tabs on it. You know, whatever happens will happen, so I'm just kind of focusing on what's happening here right now.
All right. Last week during the 20-year-old deadline, you brought in Connor Cox, but Cody Fowley, one of your good friends, was let go. How was that for you? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. It was tough for the whole team. He's such a great guy in the room, a great player for us, and you know, a real leader on the team. You know, it was it was tough letting him go, but I mean, we got a good player in Connor Cox as well, and a great teammate in him as well.
Ryan, thanks for doing this. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ryan Murray of the Everett Silvertips. Now back over to Andy Neal at WHL Central.
Many thanks, Dave and Ryan. WHL Central brought to you by Sierra Sil. Pleased to be joined with Sean Mullen, the play-by-play voice of the Swift Current Broncos. The theme tonight has been, we're kind of lucky to see that guy.
Oh, he's special. He's a special player. The way he skates, the way he moves the puck, such an efficient player, such a smart player. Just a lot of fun to watch, and really lucky for Bronco fans they get to see him, because if not for the NHL lockout, he'd probably be in Columbus right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So what have you seen through 2 periods tonight? A bit of a slow start from the Broncos.
I thought the Broncos played a really poor first period. In terms of their defensive coverage, in terms of their decision making with the puck, I mean, you look at that shorthanded goal, not backing up your deep partner in the neutral zone from Niedermel there. That allows the shorthanded opportunity for Lindquist. Guys who are able to get wide open in front of their net. These are plays that traditionally the Broncos would take care of, but really sloppy in their own zone. Not a lot of energy from Swift Current through the first 30 minutes of this hockey game. And for whatever reason, the addition of Chance Lund to the top line with Adam Lowry and Coda Gordon got them going, because that top line was -2 in the first period. They're usually the engine that drives the Bronco offense, and did not get it going until he joined them. That extra size and physical presence seemed to have helped Swift Current get some energy and turn the game around in the second half of the second period.
Some of the expectations, or many of the expectations for the Broncos this year, was to get back into the postseason, perhaps be a home team in the first round at the very least. Has it been frustrating for the team to have so many close calls this season? They had those blown leads early on in the year, 7 one-goal games, and they've lost 5. I mean, it seems like it's been a frustrating start for a team that maybe has deserved better.
Well, when you say they've lost 5, 4 of those were overtime games, and 4 of those came in 5 games. So it was a frustrating period, a strange period for a team to go through that, where they were winning all of those games, lost those leads, and then lost in overtime or shootouts. And the coaching staff talks a lot about learning how to win. A team that missed the playoffs the last 2 years, didn't win a lot of hockey games. You know, we're happy to compete. I don't want to say happy to compete, but not expected to win hockey games. Now when you're expected to win games, when you have leads in the third period, learning how to put teams away, learning how to take advantage of teams you should beat. This is a process for this hockey team, and one they're still going through, obviously.
It's early. What do you make of the East Division so far?
I think the East Division is going to be pretty tight, and it usually is. From some very good coaches, some very good managers here. So even in down years, you know, teams expected, like Moose Jaw and Brandon, to suffer the loss of some of the top players in the league, some of the top older players in the league last year. People thought maybe those teams would struggle this year with a little bit of younger talent, but Kelly McCrimmon's never going to struggle. He's always going to find a way to reload his roster. The Moose Jaw Warriors play a really hard game, and they're really good in their own building, so they're never going to struggle. So even those teams that lost so much talent are still right in the mix. You've got the Memorial Cup hosts, obviously not the start they wanted, but they've got so much talent there, they're going to turn things around. Lorne Mulliken hasn't won so many hockey games as a coach by accident. So this is going to be a tough division, but the Broncos hope to be right in the mix. And you look at the Prince Albert Raiders, who are surging to the top of the league to start the year. You know there's going to be a lot of competition. It should be a lot of fun hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanted to ask you about Adam Lowry overtaking the C from Taylor Voss, who was such a big leader for the team last year. Those are big shoes to fill, but Adam's off to a great start. What about as a leader on the bus? You get to see that on the road all the time.
Well, and Adam Lowry is, in a lot of ways, a lead by example leader. Interesting, actually, what he said to me recently is that he's had to learn how to deal with his emotion and ration his emotion a little bit sometimes. He can be so fiery that he realized now as a leader that maybe he can't get carried away with that emotion in terms of taking penalties sometimes. Like early in the season, he was taking some penalties and getting into some scrums and some fights that maybe they need him on the ice, and they need him to be a little more composed, and he's done that. But he's a guy who works hard every shift. He was top in all the fitness categories of the fitness testing. He sets the example, he wins battles, and that's the identity of this hockey team.
E2 Lorkainen, how about him in goal and what he's done?
Well, Lorkainen's a special player, a lot of fun to watch, and he's already got a ton of fans here, to the point that when he didn't play on Saturday, there were major complaints to the front office about not having Lorkainen in goal because fans want to watch him play. Well, he can't play every night, but he's a guy who's got a really good character, and he's very athletic. He's a little unorthodox at times, still working on rebounds sometimes, but he makes saves other goalies don't make, coming across the front of his net. A real talented guy, works hard, very athletic, very skilled, and for the Broncos to have a goaltender they can rely on is such a big difference for this team. They don't have to play uptight. They know that if they make a mistake, they can get bailed out.
Sean, really appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
There's Sean Mullen, the voice of the Swift Current Broncos. The Broncos trailing the Everett Silvertips through 2 right now. It's 2-1 in Swift Current.
Feeling a little better about this one, trailed by 2 after 1, but Jeff Rogers, as we make our way to the third period, they're in pretty good shape, and I guess we shouldn't be surprised they're in another one-goal type game.
Well, I think it's going to be the situation all year for the Swift Current Broncos. They made some adjustments, played a much better second period, but Everett just the same, played a pretty good road period here with the 2-goal lead. Here we're going to take a look at the goal. Lowry to the chance London front, bit of a breakdown by Everett, one of the few they've made defensively. Coda Gorman with the pass across, man gets left alone, all in the slot, gets 1 whack, 2 whacks, he's able to put it in. Then we'll take a look here, Reese Scarlett down the wing, he's going to put the puck on net. Ryan Moser going the net for the rebound, denied there. And then Graham Black showing some great speed and a little bit of baseball agility there, pulls it down, gets the net. They have to find a way to get Graham Black the puck a little bit more this third period. He is so creative. And then Richard Niedemel goes in for the hit. Nick Walters decides he's going to stand up for his teammates. Pretty good scrap between a couple big men. Here we are, 2-1 for the Everett Silvertips heading in the third period.
Swift Current Broncos have gone to overtime 5 times. They've been involved in 7 one-goal games of the 10 they have played, this being number 11. And who knows, will we be headed to extra time here tonight in Swift Current? Murray and Mueller to start on defense. Ryan Murray with 2 assists in the game, leading the way offensively. Petrick intercepted by Scarlett, who stepped up at the line. Reese Scarlett, and gloved and held by Daniel Cotton.
So a lot of times all the focus gets shifted to Ryan Murray, such a big name. Reese Scarlett, draft pick to the New Jersey Devils, having a pretty solid game himself here.
The captain from White City, Saskatchewan, and the soon-to-be Columbus Blue Jacket. Right on the tape of Petrick as Baumel carries in as his 3rd of the season tonight for Everett. Scarlett in good position, and he'll whack it out to center ice. Laura Kynan will leave it as Mark Ferner making changes. Hetherington to Lowry. Adam Lowry in front, Gordon, and he fanned on it.
He's going to want that one back. Great play by Lowry. Gordon just fanned on in the slot.
Gordon doesn't miss many of those, coming off a 3-point outing against Portland Saturday, and has added an assist tonight. Riem a shot, blocked by Hare again. Lofthouse with a step on Riem. Cutting him off is Craig, and intercepting is Levi Buse. Offside, the call is Moser carries in, and they don't like that call here in Swift Current.
Well, Adam Lowry in this first line has been so effective since they made the switch in the second period. Dragged wide, gets 1, 2 guys, 3 guys watching the puck. Coda Gordon's so good at finding those quiet areas, whether it's on the half wall or in the slot. And like I said before, that's one he wants back. That was teed up perfectly for him by Adam Lowry.
Gordon with 5 goals on the season. The 3-point outing against Portland was the 3rd time this season he has notched 3 points in a game. A product of Calgary. Niedemel steps up on Carson Stadnick at center.
After a little bit of a shaky first period for Richard Niedemel, he's been come up and been very effective in the second, and throwing his weight around here to start the third too to send a message.
The 6th-round pick of the Detroit Red Wings, Niedemel, back in 2011. He hails from Prague in the Czech Republic. Connor Cox, his hometown is Lethbridge, Alberta.
Is it just me, or does it seem like we're talking about a lot of defensemen here tonight?
We are indeed. And for good reason. Tyler Sandu. Upended by Black. Wrist shot from Betker. And Bryson Martin reverses neatly. And Niedemel will send it off the boards, but not out as Mappin held it in. Ty Mappin puts on the brakes, but ran out of real estate. Graham Black with Levi Buse. Buse a chance. Not loose in the goal crease. Nobody there to bang it in.
Well, Graham Black showing good speed in the second period there, a bit of playmaking ability. You can see why he was drafted in the 6th round.
Lowry off the bench. A shoot in. Ryan Murray chopped it in Dakota Gordon. Off Gordon and out of play, and the face-off should come, I believe, outside the line.
Quality scoring chances at a premium since the first period. Graham Black over to Levi Buse. Pretty good goal scorer in his own right. Tried banking one in off the defenseman. Talked about early, Graham Black, pretty effective player. They have to get the puck in his stick more often.
Buse has 4 goals. He's had some chances tonight. Chance Lund has the lone goal. Cotton wasn't sure where it went after he stopped it with his blocker. Scarlett to Hetherington. Makes its way to Lund. He's dumped by Petrick. Mirko Mueller. Mueller one more time up the middle, just missed Cole Baumel.
Cole Baumel having a quick look before he had that pass between net, expecting one of the Bronco defensemen to step up on him.
Colby Cave on the forecheck against Nicholas Walters. Winquist wins a battle, and it allows Lofthouse to find the speedy Hare. Hare to Oslansky. Wrist shot tipped in front. Good stop by Laura Kynan as it went off a Bronco defender in front. Winquist tried to thread it through the seam, didn't work out. And here's Durko now. Josh Durko. Walters to Oslansky. Lofthouse. Cross ice on the stick of Nick Walters. And Hare sends it in.
Everett Silvertips not scared at all to have their D-men jump up. That last opportunity, Oslansky jumping up. Not only Murray, but Oslansky jumping up for chances here.
Dawson lead all. Backhands it into the neutral zone. Tracking it down is big Zach McPhee. McPhee and Niedermel. Stadnik protects it well to the blue line. Lead all now, his wrist shot, and Niedermel fell in front of that. Cleared by Cox, not deep into the zone as he had intended. Lead all accepts it. Hetherington quick to the loose puck, rings it for Spagrud. Justin Spagrud. He hits center and content to shoot it in as we've played just over 5 minutes of this third period in the one and only meeting between Everett and Swift Current. Swift Current 3-1 winners in the tussle 1 season ago on November 26th in Everett. Sandu now. 4 points for the rookie 16-year-old. Moser. Ryan Moser to Scarlett, who joins the rush again and has trouble with a rolling puck.
Well, Everett desperately doesn't want to sit back, doesn't want to let that lead slip away like they have the last 2 games. They want to keep pressing Swift Current. Here we'll see an example. Defenseman joining the rush. Oslansky, as the defenseman comes in, gets a pretty good shot off. I believe Riem got a piece of that on the block. A lot of block shots, but Everett trying to push the pace, not wanting to sit back.
Jeff, a pretty well-played game for the most part.
No, it has been. It's been good defensively. Scoring chances here in the second and third have been at a premium. Doesn't make it the most exciting game, but very well played.
Petrick's created chances as he races into the zone. Reed Petrick. Off the boards is Baumel. Feeds Walters. Passed it off the end boards. Harrison into the slot, and that's intercepted by Lowry. Lund. Gloved and held once again by Daniel Cotton, and some pushing and shoving yet again after a whistle as we go to Dave Dawson.
Thanks, Peter. Well, the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame is now open right here at the Swift Current High-Plex. Plaques and jerseys from all 22 inductees can be found in the upper concourse there. And there's nothing for the kids quite yet, but they are looking at bringing in some interactive displays for that. Now, names like Brian Trottier, Gordie Howe, Sheldon Kennedy, and that 1989 Swift Current Broncos team are on display. And Peter, even hear a rumor they might have something for Peter Labardius coming up one of these days, guys.
I don't think Peter Labardius and the Saskatchewan Hall of Fame will go hand in hand, but if I'm ever lucky enough to be considered, yes, it would be quite an honor.
I want tickets to the dinner if it happens.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. Scarlett clears it in. Memories of that 1989 team. An unbelievable Broncos squad that won the Memorial Cup in Saskatoon. Interestingly enough, when you think about where this year's Memorial Cup will be held, Tim Tisdale's overtime winner and a 4-3 Bronco win over the Blades in one of the fantastic Memorial Cup finals.
And what an offensive team they had that year. Joe Sakic and the lot.
Sakic actually not on that particular team. Sheldon Kennedy was. A young Kimby Daniels, Tim Tisdale. Some fantastic, fantastic players.
Still have nightmares from those teams they had here in Swift Current. Was a member of the Brandon Wheat at the time. I believe they still hold the record for 7 power play goals in a game versus the Brandon Wheat Kings.
Boy, there's a fond memory for you.
I remember skating across the penalty box a couple times after the red light went
I
on.
was going to just ask how many times you might have contributed to the... Yeah, not exactly a couple of good years to take penalties against Swift Current, and that had been the case for this particular Broncos team. 34% on the power play coming in. They're 0 for 3 tonight. And they've given up a short-handed goal.
Well, very unlike the Swift Current Broncos and not able to generate the power plays they usually do. Everett, very disciplined.
Everett yet to have their own power play in the game. Mueller skates it to center, rifles it in. Bryson Martin backhands it. Murray sends it in behind the net. Yes, you're right. Good scoring chances have been at a bit of a premium the last period or so. And a 1-goal affair here in Swift Current. Bryson Martin, the former Calgary Midget AAA Buffalo. Petrick with Baumel and Harrison again. Harrison off the bench. Chips it neatly into the corner. Baumel for Harrison, and he was looked after in front by Riem as Adam Lowry backhands it in.
Real good read by Riem in the slot, taking away the most dangerous player. Takes the puck, initiates the breakout.
In those quiet areas, it can be so dangerous, as you've referred to, Jeff, throughout the course of the show. Spagrud can't make his way by Cole Baumel, and Baumel with a good backhand pass on the stick of Petrick. Harrison, end of a long shift, so he'll clear it in and head off. Nearing the midway point of period 3. And icing will be the call.
Swift Current Broncos been building this team for the last couple of years. Mark Lamb trying to build their identity, had success. Teams looking for the NHL draft picks. Graham Black, Coda Gordon, Adam Lowry, Lee Scarlett, Richard Niedermal, all draft picks in the NHL, all have to be big parts of this team if they're going to end that 2-year playoff drought here by the Swift Current Broncos.
Broncos with a 4-2-4 record against the 2-7-1 Everett Silvertips in Game 4 of their 6-game Eastern Conference trip. Stathis Sumalitis from Brno in the Czech Republic. Detker down low to Sandu off his stick. Sandu with it again into the slot, and happened. Tied up by Daniel Dale. Unable to shoot it. Durko on target. A little trouble for the goaltender, and Cotton reached out with a glove to hang on.
In that second period, Reese Scarlett able to generate a chance for Moser by coming down the wing, taking a shot, playing for the rebound. Swift looking to do the same thing here in the third period. Lots of shots on the outside, driving net, hoping for a rebound or a misplayed puck.
It remains Everett 2, Swift Current 1. 10 to go in the third. You're watching the Western Hockey League on Shaw. Mark Lamb, or make that Mark Ferner's team, still with a 2-1 lead here midway through the third. And Mark Lamb hoping his team can find some more offense.
A little short-handed goal to start the game for the Everett Silvertips. A good start. And they get a shot through from the point. A rebound. Swift Current comes back to chance one. The 20-year-old, he answers. It's 2-1. Swift Current Broncos trying to push it through, trying to create scoring chances. Gonna have to start pushing as it gets on here a little bit. A few more minutes, gonna start activating the D-men of their own.
Yes, a lot of extra time where the Swift Current Broncos have been involved. 1 and 3 in games that have been decided in overtime, and they lost their lone shootout game on September 28th to the Brandon Wheat Kings. Everett has been involved in 2 overtime games. Mueller's shot dangerously off a body and just wide. Puck rolling on the ledge, finally comes off of it. Daniel Dale with Cave and Durko, and Cotton hangs on again.
Swift Current Broncos, like I said, content to shoot the puck in. Gonna have to try generating some more off the offensive rush. Try chipping that puck by the D-man. Let guys like Black, let guys like Coda Gordon go in, use their skill, try and create that cyclone, get more chances to the net.
25-24, the shots on goal in favor of Coda Gordon and the Broncos. They're not concerned about that total, however. Teams' top lines out against one another again. Adam Lowry, an assist in the game. And Mueller. How'd you like that play from the 17-year-old Mr. Rogers?
You gotta love that. Simple play, step up, make the right play, puck's out of your zone.
Baumel scampers after it, backhands it towards Petrick. Reed Petrick just missed Harrison. Murray keeps it alive at the line. Ryan Harrison poked off his stick and iced now by the Broncos. Our next Western Hockey League telecast on Shaw Television comes your way from Kelowna, where the Rockets will entertain the defending league champion Edmonton Oil Kings. What is Andy Neal doing? Andy, I like the suit better than the pullover.
Doesn't he know he's still got some work to do after the third?
Tell you one thing about Andy Neal. Top-notch host and broadcaster. Talented young man. Graham Black, even if he likes popcorn. And who could blame him? Black in the corner, tied up by Oslansky. Works it to Niedemel. Walters and Buse. Chopping away in close quarters. Ryan Moser tries to find some room, can't. Finally, the puck squirts free to Landon Oslansky. And he'll take his time up the middle off the stick of Stadnik and cleared right back in by Martin. Oslansky intercepted. Here comes Colby Cave. Cave, wrist shot. He just missed. Cave just missed. Hetherington now flips it just over top of the net. Broncos with a little pressure on. Oslansky clears it. Held in again by the Broncos. Deflected off a body nearly went in the back of the net. Scarlett now to his partner Hetherington. Shot blocked by Stadnik, and a good one, and he felt it. Buse, Hetherington wrist shot, and a clean look for Cotton, and another glove save.
Well, Everett with a 2-1 lead here, 7 minutes left in the third period, going with their fourth line, giving the young guys a chance to play with the lead in a pressure situation. Doing a nice job holding off Swift Current, blocking shots, getting involved. Daniel Dale, the big man for Swift Current, looking for somebody.
Lansky wanted no part of that.
Can't say I blame him.
No. Walters and Colby Cave, coincidental minor penalties. Only 5 minors and a major penalty to each team in the game.
Both teams very, very disciplined.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the 4th time that Mr. Walters has made his way to the sin bin. Some 4-on-4. Manraj Hare, good seam pass, and Winquist pulled the trigger with authority and missed.
Mr. Ryan Murray driving through to the net to open up that seam for the pass across.
Hare, Mirko Mueller. Just offside at the line. And Murray was involved in what was a 3-on-2 developing at the Bronco blue line.
A pretty good opportunity. 4-on-4, you want to attack with 3, back check with 3, have to have that D activate to open up that seam to create something offensively, but yet be able to get back in time responsibly.
Very even game in all departments. Reece Scarlett looking for his first of the year, has 6 assists. 4 of them coming in a Big 10-1 win October 5th in Saskatoon.
Well, the score being 2-1 in Swift Current. Swift Current with their fair share of chances. Daniel Cotton just came over in that trade last Sunday, been standing up tall, shut down the door all but one, staying square to the shot, in tight. Swift Current, Coda Gordon with a good opportunity there. Josh Durko rips one off the shoulder. Graham Black. You name it. All Swift Current's best have had their opportunities with shots. Daniel Cotton up to the task.
24 saves for the former Seattle Thunderbird. Came over in a trade on October 7th for a conditional draft pick in the 2014 Western Hockey League Bantam Draft. Chance Lund, his ex-Seattle teammate. And Oslansky now. Landon Oslansky to Connor Cox as he hits center, and he'll shoot it in. Cole Baumel off his skates, kicks it into the slot area. Coda Gordon bumped by Harrison. And Mueller tied up now, stolen by Lowry for Gordon, and Harrison comes away, and Baumel has a bit of a step. Baumel, Harrison waiting, big stop by Laura Kynan off Harrison. Lowry runs into Ryan Murray, and Mueller takes his time. Like his poise a lot.
Well, he's got a pretty good teacher as a partner, but yes, to come over and have that kind of poise in your rookie year, very impressive.
Murray into the zone, slap shot, well wide this time. And Oslansky clears it right back in. Those coincidental minors come to a conclusion. Under 5 to go in regulation time. And Everett clinging to that 1-goal lead. Trying to win for the second time in this 6-game Eastern Conference trip. Riem blocked up at center by Hare. Petrick now waiting for a trailer. Finds him. Oslansky pulls, but stopped up by Graham Craig, and he'll use the boards to bank it down the ice.
Everett going to be content with a forecheck with one guy. Swift Current going to have to start activating their D-men, trying to create odd man rushes.
Scarlett to Chance Lund. He has the lone Swift Current goal. Murray takes a peek each way, and it's deflected down the ice. Hetherington, blocked by Carson Stadnick. Stadnick, nice move to work it free. McPhee now to Dawson Liedall. Liedall protects it pretty well against Scarlett, who eventually knocked it off his stick. Here comes Coda Gordon. Gordon, ever dangerous, trying to get to the front. Nearly banks it from behind the net off Cotton.
We've talked about Mueller all night, and his poise right there, just keeping his man to the outside. Good stick to the puck. Keeps him wide. Against a very dangerous Coda Gordon. Goal scorers, though, very dangerous. Always trying to look for ways to score. As you mentioned, trying to bank that off the skate of Cotton.
That was his intention. Quite the end result he was looking for. Durko through a screen, and Cotton forced to make a pretty good stop there. Graham the clearing. Nicholas Walters to his partner Landon Oslansky. Neatly up the middle, Petrick takes a bump from Buse. Here's Baumel again. Baumel has the go-ahead goal in this game that gave Everett a 2-0 lead back in the first period. Josh Durko leaves it for Colby Cave. Walters away from Durko. Nice anticipation, but Scarlett's shot is blocked by Walters. Walters up the middle to Lofthouse, and just out. Just made its way outside the line.
The high-risk play going up the middle, but one they've definitely worked on. And both wings taken away, go up the middle, puck gets out of the zone.
The Kamloops Blazers atop the CHL's top 10 released today. Prince Albert Raiders, despite some struggles in the last week, still in the top 10 of the Portland Winterhawks. 8th on the list. The Blazers involved in a good one at last check. 2-2 in Edmonton with the Oil Kings. 3-2, I'm told, by our fine producer Dave Roberts. The Blazers have gone back in front. Winquist, Murray, Mueller. Josh Winquist in front. Here a chance, and Laura Kynan stuck out the right pad to stop him. Adam Lowry now off Mueller, and again into the mesh, out of play.
Everett Silvertips playing a very smart third period. Take a look at Adam Lowry with the chance coming down the wing, keeping him the outside. Ryan Murray in the group, getting the pucks in deep, keeping in the board, not trying to force that play to the middle, keeping it along the wall, making Swift Current, making them turn the puck over, making them work 200 feet to go back for a scoring chance.
We'll see a lot of Ryan Murray and Mirko Mueller the rest of the way. And it's getting to that point where we look towards E2 Laura Kynan as to when Mark Lamb might pull his netminder. Durko high off the glass. Hunter Cox in his own zone. Wastes no time shooting it out, and the puck makes its way into the bench of the Silvertips.
You know, we've talked a lot about the defense of the Everett Silvertips and the smart plays they've made. Give credit to the wingers and Everett Silvertips being there for the outlet pass, being there for the centerman for that play up the middle. Very disciplined, well put together game plan by the Everett Silvertips.
Team spent a lot of time in a video session here at the arena this morning. Swift Current very unhappy. They felt like that pass was deflected and should not have been icing, but that's the call.
Graham Black thought he got a piece of it flying up the neutral zone. Graham Black almost reminds me of a young Mike Medano flying up the ice. Doesn't wear a whole lot of equipment. Jersey flapping behind him. Great speed.
A couple of years ago, led the Saskatchewan Midget AAA Hockey League in scoring with the Regina Pat Canadians.
Pretty dominant player in that league as a 17-year-old.
You can see why he's hit some great moments in this game tonight. Draft pick of the New Jersey Devils in the most recent draft, and has the puck now, stripped by Ryan Harrison. Net empty, and a lot of trouble for the Broncos. Baumel scores! Cole Baumel, and that should do it. His second of the night, fourth of the season.
Well, Baumel been great all night, using his speed, smart positional play, and you know what, the defense getting the puck out of the zone. Everett able to use their speed and ends up with a 3-on-1 and empty net.
Cole Baumel's first multi-goal game since he notched a hat trick against Seattle last January 21st.
Comes in, had 14 goals last year. Playing like this, looks to improve on those totals.
You're so right about being rewarded. That whole line was excellent in the game for Mark Furner's team.
Well, Mark Furner and their assistant coaches talked about their older guys need to be more productive, need to be more leaders. And whatever they did, the message definitely got through. Because to a man, the veterans on this Everett Silvertip group came out and they played the way they needed to play on the road to come in and get 2 points.
Guess who also chipped in on that empty netter?
I'm shocked. Mr. Murray?
Ryan Murray's third assist of the game. Second three-point game of the season for him. He accounted for 3 points in a game against Prince George back on September 23rd. And no doubt in my mind, dude, the first star of the game has been.
Oh, for sure.
That guy's been pretty good too.
He has. He's made the saves he's needed to make. Like early in the first period, when they had those power play opportunities, he made those saves. Second period, a couple great scoring opportunities. Coda Gordon in the slot. He'll be thinking about that one that he missed. With Lowry setting him up.
Baumel with a pair. The most recent into an empty net. Murray with 3 assists. And a tough night for Mark Lamb's team to generate a lot of offense. Nearly did so there as the puck off the stick of Spagrud. And that'll do it. The Everett Silvertips run their record on this Eastern Conference trip to 2-2 as they knock off the hometown Swift Current Broncos by a count of 3-1.
Well, the Everett Silvertips started this Eastern swing wanting to build momentum, wanting to get something positive going. They played well in spurts, and tonight, here in the fourth game, they finally put together a 60-minute effort. They had a strong first period. They got the lead. They were able to maintain it. And in the third period, when Swift Current was trying to mount any kind of attack, they played so well positionally, and let's not forget their goaltending. Stood up, made the saves when you needed them. Great road game with Everett Silvertips.
A 27-save performance by Vancouver product Daniel Cotton. Ryan Murray in the spotlight. Why wouldn't he be in? My oh my, did the soon-to-be Columbus Blue Jacket deliver. Had 3 assists. In a hard-hitting affair, Cole Baumel had a pair. The Everett Silvertips. Teams on the road in this series have done well, and that's the case tonight. Our post-game show right after this.